Thank you. Hello, hello. Oh, it's very bright. When you pop on, say hi. So I know you're here. Hello, Carol. I'm doing a surprise takeover today. You guys ready for that? So normally you see Jamie at this time. But today, I decided to take over. Ha 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 ha. No, just kidding. Jamie's not feeling that good, so I popped in and took over. So today, I thought we would play with the My Weakness stamp set, but we're not going to color the whole thing. We're going to make like a little collaboration of that plus the Celtic Mandala circle. So I kind of did a little bit of prepping on the Misty. If anybody could say hi so I know that the comments are coming across, that would be super, super great. Hi, Teresa. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I've done a little bit of prep work before we started. I've decided that the sentiments I want to use are Let Us Make You Smile from this stamp set and Hello. So I've already taken them off, and then this is the image that I want to use. But you'll notice there's a blue circle behind it, and that's because I've set up what I did. I'll tell you, first step I did was I colored this on a piece of paper, and then I cut out the center circle because I want to put this over top of it and do the design around it after I'm done with the image. And hi, Antoinette. And so that's why I cut out this piece. Plus, I needed to know, like, this is hard for you to see, but this is masking tape because I want to put the girl inside the circle, so I don't need the entire girl because she's bigger than the circle. So I went ahead and set up a mask cut around the circle line, and I'm hoping that I did this right, but we'll see. So the bottom half will stamp on the mask, and then I'll lift it off, and we'll have just the circle we need. So that's the plan. So at least you guys will know what the plan is prior to starting. I'm going to use Memento ink, Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the stamp. And I'm not going to go all the way down because I know I don't need it, but I want to go down far enough that I don't have any issues doing it outside of this circle. Hi, Michelle. So I accidentally picked up those stamps. So I'm going to use my espresso to put the even pressure so I can stamp that girl out. And then I'm going to check and see. Hey, Michelle, can you say hi so I know that I'm seeing comments, because I don't think I'm seeing comments. So I'm going to stamp it again. This is the first time I've stamped out this image. Hey, Mama. This is the first time I've stamped out this image from this particular stamp set, so it didn't stamp real dark. Nope, so I want to do it one more time. Okay, I'm not seeing comments. I sure am hoping that that's not because I'm just not seeing comments. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see it now. Hi, Joyce. Okay, so now we have her on here. Hi, Antoinette. I'm so excited that you joined. I haven't seen you in so long. You should come to the retreat. Yes, I see it now. Thank you. Hi, honey. I see that too. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my stamp set real quick. I'm so glad I can see the comments now. That always makes me very nervous. Uh-oh, earthquake. So I'm just going to clean off my stamp a little bit because I don't want to leave that ink on there. And then we're going to take this off. We're actually playing with a lot of stuff today, so we'll see how this goes. this is what I have, but I masked the bottom half here because I didn't want all of it to be on here. And I prepped that before the show so you guys wouldn't have to wait for that part. So see, when I take this off, I now have her exactly where I want her so that she'll stay inside this circle. That was my goal. So can you see her through the circle, how it fits perfectly? So I masked that bottom part so when we get ready to decorate, we can. And then we'll put the sentiments on last. So this is going to be the little one that we're going to color. So I wanted to give you guys a little coloring and a little bit of fun, masking and everything. Okay, so I have not picked my colors yet, so I am going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you guys will be able to see. Hi, Bambi. I'm going to choose the skin tones real quick. So I think I'm just going to go with more of a traditional, regular skin tones that I do. So E000. And, or we could switch it up. Let me think about it. Maybe we'll switch it up. Yeah, let's do some, E15, E13, E11, and we'll do E00 with it and see how that goes. If we need to add in 21, we can, but let's try and make her just a little bit of a, more of a smoky, darker skin tone, like she's all tanned up, hanging out with her little friend. And then I'm going to move up to our 12 for the blush on her cheeks. So, someone called me. We were hit extremely hard with the Hurricane Ian last September. We're still in a rented apartment. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I didn't realize that. Oh, baby steps to get back. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hi, Linda. I'm going to start with E000. Sorry about that disruption we had. I got a telemarketer called. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you guys. They tend to telemarket me during the day, which is why my night lives usually work better for me. No telemarketers. So I'm just going to put this nice smooth coat on her skin before we get started, just to wet the paper. And I don't want to forget her ear. And I think I'm going to include her neck, but I will do her arm separately. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't usually use these colors. This is called dark suntan, but we're going to try it and see how it goes. So this, I'm going to use this as my darkest shade. This is E15. And I'm going to put it up under her hair and then along a little bit along this hairline right here. And where her hair is touching her face. A little bit on her ear. And then, of course, I'm going to go along where this cute little guy is rubbing up against her face. And also on her neck. So there we go. She looks real funny now. Then I'm going to switch to E13. And if you guys haven't heard, which you probably have, because I'm sure Jamie talks about it, but we have a retreat coming up. And we still have spots left, so we would love for anybody who wants to join to go check out the website and see if it's something you'd like to do. So I'm just kind of extending out from where I put that darkest shade. It looks like these are pretty close, so I may add some more. I may go back and add a little more dark back in there. But we'll see. I'm going to add a little around her nose right now because we're kind of getting into that those lighter colors. And I'm going to go under her eye too. I want to kind of stress that she has her eyes closed. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to move to E11. And I haven't decided. I might change that E00 for E21. I think I might need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to extend out from where I put the last color with this E11. Blending out a little bit. Putting a little bit more around her nose now. Oh, you guys are mighty quiet today. Are you watching at work? And then I'm switching the E00 for E21 because I don't want it to get too light. But those who watch me at night know that I always put in my blush color before the last one so that it blends out a bit better. So that was R12. And now I'm back to my E21. So I'm going to blend out that cute little blush so it looks really smooth on her face. I like subtle blush, not obnoxious blush or a heavy blushing. I don't like to make it heavy, but that's just a personal preference. You guys can do it the way that you like it, that make you happy. Yes, you're at work. Yeah, this is Jamie's new time for her live, and since I was going to cover it for her today, I thought I would just stick to her time frame so everybody was ready. Now, I really like how she looks in her hair. Her face is darker, but I lost a bit. Maybe this isn't quite the darkest tone that I should have used for my shadowing. So I'm going to go back in with this one and add just a little bit more in the darkest areas so that I can really emphasize some more of this shadow. And I forgot her ear too, so good job for me. Hi, Jamie. I'm going to skip 13 and I'm going to go right to E11. And just so I can do a little bit of smoothing out of that shadow area, because I don't want that to be a real obvious line there, but I wanted to add a little bit of dark back into it. When I change my colors up, sometimes I have to do a little bit of this back and forth until I get really used to how I want that shadow to look. And then of course, because this is my last color, E21, I just want to touch that again one more time just to make sure it looks really smooth and I'm really happy with it. So I'm just adding a little bit more in there. Looks like I have quite a difference here in the middle of her face, so I'm just going to go over that one more time. I did want her to be a bit more on the tan side, so I needed to add that. Uh-oh, the mailman brought something super cool today. That's super exciting. So when I change that up and add different colors to it, I have to remember how I did that so that when I do her arm, I do the same thing. Because if you don't, then you don't get the same color tone. And I really want it to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and start again with my E000. I really like that skin tone. It's super cute. And I'm going to put it all over her arm. I can't wait. I'll call you after, Jamie, and find out. Hi, Robin. So it looks a little funny because we only have half a girl here. But there's a reason that we don't have the full girl here. I kind of went over it at the beginning, but I see a few people jumping on. So we'll go over it again when it's time to use it. sprayed the package with Lysol. Thank you, Bessie. Okay, E15 is the dark one where we're going to go and put in our shadow areas. Now remember, we're going to come back in and do this again after, because we have to repeat the same thing on all parts or they won't look the same. So I'm putting some here around his leg, where his leg is, and then up underneath this arm right here. Also, I like to do where the fold is, just a little bit where her arm is bent so you can see it. Woohoo! I'm so excited. And then E13 is next. So I'm going to do it the same way I did before. Instead of pushing back, I'm pulling out, which is probably part of the reason why I have to go back in the second time. But, you know, it is what it is. Once you start it, you got to do it the same. Of course, the next time I colored it, I would not do that. I would push it back instead of pulling it forward. But this is how we learn. I am going to put a little bit down here. And then I'm going to go to my E11, just the second to the last color I have in my combination. This little girl is so stinking cute. This is more, I'm using this one more as my true color, so I'm going to use a lot more of it liberally and go around the outsides and just kind of make sure that it all gets a bit of love from the true color. And then we don't have any red to put on this because we have no cheeks on our arms. And E21 will be the last color for the highlight. So I'm just going to touch over the highlighted areas with this and get a little bit smooth blend. So here we go. We got to get some blending going on here. And of course, we did good. We did it the same as we did the face, so we lost a bit of our dark color. So we're going to go back in that dark color one more time. Because right now her arm is a bit lighter than her face. So using E15, I'm going to go back in and put a little bit more shadow back in there. You can put more shadow back in there, but I wouldn't recommend doing it a whole bunch of times because then you start oversaturating the paper and start running into some issues at that point. And then we skipped E13 and went right to E11. Kind of smooth out that strong line that we had. Smooth that out a bit. And then we're going to go in with the E21 and just make sure that it's super smooth. It looks like I missed the spot right here. So I'm really just smoothing out a little bit more of those areas that I wanted to make darker. And anything that looks on the camera like I missed it. Thanks, Jamie, for putting that on there. I'm going to go back with my E13 because it looks like I've lost a lot of darkness right there. So, oh, you got new guinea pigs. Aww. That's awesome. I'm going to smooth out this part right here. I don't think you're going to notice this part too awful much because it's going to intersect with the background that we're going to put on. But there we go. Now we have some sweet colors. And I think we ran into the same problem. I kept trying to touch her neck, but it keeps getting lighter right there. So I'm going to go back in with my E13 and then my E21 and just kind of blend that out. I don't want to make it too dark, but I definitely wanted to put some shadow. Oh my gosh. Are you talking about 30 guinea pigs at one time? Holy Toledo. That's crazy. So just one more time for grins. These are the colors I used for skin. So 15, 13, 11, and 21. And the E000. It's a little bit different than what we normally do. We almost always use the E00, but I did not use that this time. It looks like I got a little fuzzy on my stamp set, which is frustrating, but. Okay, so now we have to do, oh, I'll bet it was loud. Now we have to do her hair. I'm really feeling brown today, but I think I'll do brown because I'm feeling brown hair today. But I'll pick an interesting combo so it doesn't feel like the regulars we usually do. Oh, when they purr, I bet that's super cute. So I have E49, E29, E39, 23, and 21. And I hope that these run well together because I did not swatch them out. But the good thing is we can always come back and add other colors. That's why it's great to have your whole collection right there because you just do whatever you need. And I just realized I have somebody was trying to eat my marker. My marker cap. Okay, so E49. Now I'm going to start by putting the darkest areas first. So definitely where these cute little buns come close to her head is where I need to have this really dark color. And then we're going to do it on the other side as well. Hi, Paula. So we're just putting in our shadow areas right now. Some of my brush strokes are long and some are short. And this area appears to be like a folded over inside section. So I'm just going to make that really dark as well. Hi, Melanie. And then I'm going to do a little bit coming out from this little bun as well. I say bun, but there's two. So is that buns? Her little buns. And then right up here over her ear. I'm going to do just a little bit like right up next to her head right here because there's not a line that separates the hair from her face. And I kind of want to build that in. Hi. I'm also going to put a little bit back here since that's really close. A little bit on the edge. Just putting in a little bit of this dark area along that line. The artist has some drawn lines in here, so I want to emphasize those with the darkest shades so they don't stand out and look funny later. And her hair is going to be fairly dark with some nice highlights. So, aw, thanks, Leah. That's awesome. That is awesome. We love that. E29 is next. Oh, yeah, yeah, we're happy and proud to have her. I'm going to just start extending out from where I put those darkest shades with my E29. And I'm going to do these other artist drawn lines with this darkest shade. Maybe I'll do it on this side too, just because I feel like it. No other reason, just what I feel like doing right now. want to see me color on my lives as well, and I learn from you too. Oh, you're so sweet. That is awesome. See? We'd love to see people move on and continue to do their coloring and do great things. Now, I'd want to start making these, the angles of this part to go with this part of her hair. So I'm not going to extend out very far from those. So I need to start building, following a line along the hairlines, or it'll start looking really funny. So I want to get a few long ones in there that are a little bit darker. So I'm just going to put those in real quick. Just like this. Just a couple. Just to really get that going. It's on your list? Yeah, because this is so sweet. This is a really sweet image. Easy to color and so cute when it gets done. Adorable. I need to put a little bit over here just to get that color in there. E39 is more the, hi Kathy, is more the true color. It's the third one in our sequence, but I'm going to use the last one very lightly because I just want that one to be our highlights. So I'm going to start building out a little bit more on this one. I'll use it more liberally just because it is the true color of her hair, because I did say I wanted her to have brown hair. I was feeling brown hair today. Yours froze. It's so weak and cute. It is, definitely. Anybody else freezing up? Oh, Michelle, I'm sorry. Hopefully you try to go out and come back in. That should help, I hope. We do have multiple things running on our Wi-Fi right now. You guys can probably hear the printers going, and I'm going to just do some really long brush strokes here so I can start building that hair in there. Oops, I almost forgot right here. Oh, I hate that. Oh, good. Well, I don't know. It must just be crazy internet. E23 is hazelnut, and I like that this one it's so much lighter than the other ones. It gives it that really soft feel. Like this girl has soft hair. Beautiful soft hair. So just extending kind of randomly. I'm not really putting in. I want to leave some of those E49 to 29. Yes, that's correct. E49 to 29. Yep, I really like E49 for really, really dark hair. The shadow part of dark hair, I really like that color, so I use it often. And we need to start getting her little eyebrow done. Oops. Oh, I just missed the marker cap and wrote all over my hand. It happens. E21. This is the last color, so this is where I'm just going to cover up. I'm terrible at leaving white, so I'm just going to go over briefly the areas that were white just to give them a little bit of color, because I don't like leaving them white. That's the way I am. And I'm going to do it in this back and forth motion. I know that's a little bit different than what you guys are usually seeing when Jamie does it, but that's just a personal preference of mine. For some reason, I just like to do it like that. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever works for you. And I seem to get good blending when I do that. So I really like to do that. I really like to do it that way. Okay. So there we go. We have some brownish hair. I like it. I think it needs to be slightly darker, so I'm coming back with my E23 on this piece that's on this side of her head. And maybe right here would be a little bit darker than the highlight area. And then want to just kind of go over this area one more time, just because that's where the hair was coming in from being crunched up in the little buns she's got going on there. Okay, so there we go. Now we have brown hair. And now we have to do the guinea pig and her clothes. We have 2 things left. I want to double check. I think this is her arm coming around. So I was looking at the actual image on the package and it was her arm. So I need to go back to my skin tone colors and get that part colored in. It'll be pretty dark, so I'm going to use E13. I didn't even notice it was over there. And E11. And we'll just put that right there, just so it has a bit of skin tone color. Hi, Deborah. Okay, so now I say we go ahead and do her dress. Oh man, I was going to pick pink, but it's pink on the package, so let's go with purple. I'm feeling purple today. I'm feeling purple today. And I think I'm just going to go with 3 colors this time. So I'm going to go with V09, 17, and 06. It's going to give us a little purpley pink-ish tone, so I like that. So V09 is what I'm going to do first, just to get in all of the shadow areas. I kind of built in my own little fold there, but that's the part about doing these things. You can put them wherever you want because it's your picture. And I want to put some down in here where her arm is over her outfit. And then there'll definitely be some dark up underneath this little guy who's hanging out with her. Okay, and then we need to do this part here where her waistline is and under her arm. We'll start building out this dress. Should kind of go down a little bit more, but we're not going to see it because we're going to cover it up. You be twitching over there. Well, as long as your phone and internet isn't twitching, you be good. Okay, so I'm going to extend out from here, and I want this dress to look pretty smooth, so I'm going to go over it a couple of times to get a smooth transition. This is a middle color. We only have 3 colors in the color combination, so I'm going to use this one quite a bit to really get that color coming together. Oh, I like the purple. But that doesn't surprise you guys because purple is my favorite color. So I like to do lots of stuff in purple. I'm going to come down a little bit more on this side, I think. Because we only have 3 colors, we got to start building this color in. I don't think I'm going to put the 3rd color down here because this is pretty shadowed. And then V06, this is the one that starts bringing in a kind of a pinky tone. But I love these colors together because they give you such a beautiful result. They blend well, they smooth well. I just really like them. Doing that back and forth a little bit because it helps the colors to just kind of smooth out themselves. And one more time up here, just to keep the same color tone. And since this one has like a pinky color to it, I do need to add it to this part just right over top of where I put that other color. Yes, the dog does keep checking on me. He's like, why are you doing all that talking out there? Isn't that just a bright color? I just love it. Okay, so now we got to color this little guinea pig, which I don't have guinea pigs. I'm not the best at guinea pig colors, so I might need a little assistance. What color you guys think I need to color this guinea pig? But while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to start with a little bit of pink in his ears. Or hers, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want it to be. So R11. I'm also going to do a little bit on the little feet. I don't know, I kind of like it that way. I don't know if they actually look like that or not, but mine does. See? I just did it. Color it like a cat. I think those are supposed to be his teeth, not his tongue. It can be all colors. There's blondes, calicos, blacks, browns, long-haired, short-haired, no-haired, curly-haired. Oh my. So many. Okay. Well, let's do it with some dark and some light splotches. I don't know, let's play around and see what we can come up with. I bet we can come up with some interesting stuff. Maybe I will throw in, I'll pull E39 from the hair color, 37, 35, 34, and 33. So we're going to pull in these colors, but let's pull in, I need another marker stand out here because I have some more colors to pick. And then let's do some with W's as well. Let's add some W to it as well. So I'm going to do this brownish with some warm gray in it as well. So I have W7, W5, W4, and W3. So now I have these two sets of colors, and we're going to mix them all up to make this cute little guy. So I'm going to start with my gray, I think. And I'm just going to put some patches. And we're going to use the other colors to blend out. But I'm just going to put a few little, like, patches of this gray on him. Anywhere, just random. Don't know how he'll look when I get done, but we're just going to try it. Because why not, right? Let's just put him a little bit of a gray patch right here on his little arm. We'll put some gray here. It's going to look pretty funny for a little bit, but we're going to work it out. We'll put him a little gray there. We'll put a little gray here. We have to kind of go around in a circle because we're going to put a little circle on here. There we go. Now we have a few gray spots. Sometimes I scare myself on my decisions, but I'm willing to take the chance. I'm back to my R12 because I want to do this little nose. Okay, so I'm going to use W5 to kind of blend out a little bit of these areas that I chose. But I don't really want to lighten them, so I'm just going to go around the outsides of the color I already put in there. It's just going to make it easier for me to blend those browns in with these grays if I have a bit of a lighter color on there. So it's going to look funny. I promise it will come together at some point. I'm spotting this guy up. Why not, right? Okay, one more time we're going to do that with W4, and then we're going to move on to our browns. We're just kind of doing the same thing, just extending out so the colors will blend together a little easier. It looks a little crazy right now. I know. But it'll be okay. All right. So now I'm not going to use the W3 yet. We're going to move into the E39. And I'm going to use this for shadow areas. So along her hair, by her face, this little area down here, around the little teeth, here where the hands are, over here, here. Just starting to build in some of this color. And yes, some of it I'm doing over the gray because I want them to mix really well together. All right, so moving on to E37, we're going to kind of blend out from where we put those darkest colors, with the exception of all the gray areas. We're probably not going to put that much over the gray because I want to use the lighter colors to blend the gray out. But he looks pretty funny right now, and I'm sure everybody's thinking, oh my goodness, what did she just do to that poor little guy? But we're going to blend out and get it just fine here in just a few minutes. So he looks pretty hilarious right now. This next color, this is more of it's the third color and more of the true color of this. So now we're going to start blending into the gray with this color. So look at how pretty and smooth those two colors start blending together. So not looking quite as bad as it did, but not great yet. You need a few more colors to really get this to come together. He looks cute. He's not quite there yet, but this is the vision I had in my head. So we're going to keep going. So sometimes I'm touching the paper and sometimes I'm not touching it very much. But I want to kind of get my white spaces filled in, except for a little bit because I have that last color to come over with. So E33 is my last color, and then we're going to hit it with the W3. So 33, I'm going to go over some of these grays to start blending this out into a gray and brown little guy. Yes, I love this purple blend a lot. It is one of my favorites. So now he looks really, really brown with just a little bit of the gray on him. And now we're going to come back in with the gray and sort of darken him up a bit. This one is W3, and I am going to go over a lot of the brown with the W3 so that it texturizes it a little bit and brings out that gray all over on him. So it'll start smoothing it out for us and texturing it up. It kind of lightens up the little gray areas that were really dark and starts texturing it up for us a little bit. We will go over it one more time with the brownish color because this one is going to kind of wash out some of it. I think it's going to be okay. We don't want to forget his little hand either. Okay, so we're going to go back one more time with the E33. And I'm just going to build in a little bit more brown because that gray really washes it out, and I really want it to have a little bit more of a gray look to it. I mean a brown look to it. So I'm going to just mix these colors a little bit more. This is the brown E35 or 33 in with the W3. And then we have this cute little guy who has spots all over him. I don't really like the way the cap fits on this marker. I'm a little concerned. Oh good, I just had him on the wrong end. Okay, I'm going to pull my R12 out again because I want to put a little bit more pink in his ears now that I've put that tan and gray color on there. And once I do his little feet, I'm probably going to need to go over them with that color as well. So going with my E33, just going to go over his little hands and feet because they're a little bit too pink for me. There we go. Look at that little guy. He's got all his colors going on. His little splotches of gray in with his brown. I like him. So I think he's super cute. So now we have that all colored. So it's time to move on to, and I have a lot of markers on my desk. Now it's time to move on to the masking with, well, we're going to mask and color with this is our Celtic circle. And you can see through it where I colored it. So I don't need a mask on this one because I have the center of this is covered up. So I don't necessarily need to mask this because it's not going to cover. So that's what I like about this one with the circle in the center, because the circle is masking it on its own. And I think I'm going to use oxides. So, oh no, I just dropped my hello stamp somewhere on the floor. Dang it. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, I found it. I found it. Okay. So I want to make it a little bit on the blue side. So I think I'm going to pick the Uncharted Mariner. mariner, however you say that. And maybe I'll do the salvage petunia with it. These two. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a little bit different than I normally do too. I'm not really going to be blending them together. I want the bottom part to be darker and the top part to be lighter. And I have pixie spray already on my stencil, so I know it's going to stay there for me. So I'm going to start about halfway from the center, and I'm going to do around the bottom. And then I'm just going to go up to about halfway here as well. I just cleaned and refilled all of my oxides so they are very juicy and happy. Oh, you're welcome, Jamie. No problem. And now I'm going to take the salvage patina. And I have a brush for each one of my colors. Hi, Vicky. And I'm going to start this one halfway. And then I'm going to go around the top. I think this will just give it a really pretty look, having it lighter on one end and darker on the other. I just was thinking it would be something I would like. So I haven't never done this or tested it, but I thought it would be cool. And so far, I'm kind of liking it. Kind of liking how it's coming out. All right. So this is super pretty. I like these colors. So it's not going to have a whole lot of accent on these colors. I might put a little bit around here, which is why I went over it so many times to make sure that it was significantly darker. Check this out. Isn't that awesome? I love it. Yes, these two are really nice together for sure. I'm not going to put this back in the ink. I'm just going to do a little bit around the edges just to kind of take a little bit of that brightness off the top. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I haven't added any ink to it. So this is just leftover residue ink that's on there from doing the other part. And that just almost gives it a vignette look. I think I'm going to do the same thing down here on the bottom, but this color is very dark, so I have to extremely light touch with this one. Just to give it a little bit of that blue hint around the edges, so I won't really have to frame it, mat it when I make a card out of it. Okay, now we have to get our Misty back out so we can stamp the stuff on the bottom, which I'm excited to do. So I decided I wanted to do two different stamps on this one. Man, I tell you, with fake fingernails, it is hard to grab a hold of these magnets for sure. So I thought it would be neat to use this one that says, "Let us make you smile." And I thought I'd put it right down here in the corner. And we'll have to color the lettuce after we stamp it in there. And then I thought I would put this little hello up here. Just because I thought it would be cute like that. So there we go. We have those on there. Now I'm going to stamp them again with my Memento. Ooh. Can you see all the fuzzies that get on my Memento pad? I really hate that. That's what happened with her mouth. I think I have another Memento here somewhere. Let's see. Nope. I don't know where oh, there it is. So let's use this one instead because it doesn't have as many. It's not as inky or it's kind of running out of ink, but it's way better than the new ink pad I bought. Okay. Oh, how cute. I want to get the word smile just a little bit more, so I'm going to stamp that one more time. I guess I better do the rest or it won't look right. But I want that smile to stick out. There we go. Perfect. This is so cute. All right. So now I want to color the lettuce and the tongue. Go figure. I just think it'll be neat. So I think I have my YG17 over here that I really like. I have YG13, and then I'll use YG03. And we'll use these three to do the lettuce. Love this little, you think it's teeth? This tongue. The little tongue on the word smile. That, I definitely think that's teeth. So I'm just following the artist drawn lines for this part, and then where the lettuce overlaps. And then I might do a little bit from this end. Just to give it a little bit of folding look. Yeah, it's teeth. I'm not going to color the teeth, I promise. Yes, Melanie, I agree. That was the goal, was to get that. I really wanted that. I really wanted to play with that circle, and I love how it came out. That was what I envisioned, so I'm super happy with it. But in a minute, I'll show you what my other thought was going to be with this card, because I kind of played with it. I played with the circle first, and I thought about coloring the design with Copics instead of with oxides. But once I got to looking at it, I decided I thought that the image was too busy to do it that way, so I used a different stamp set and just made a card out of it. And I can show it to you because I have it here somewhere. This one is YG03, which kind of tones down a little bit the color. So I'm just going to finish off this one. It kind of gives it sort of is like the lettuce color, I think. I kind of like it. I just don't want to leave the lettuce uncolored. I think it just makes it if you color it up. Oh, you like the new website? Yeah, it's really great. I'm super happy with it. Cameron did most of that work for us to get it all set up. I mean, she did fabulous. And Dale, of course, helps and all that good stuff. So we have a lot of people who help us out. R11 is the one I'm going to do this little tongue with, and this is the little tongue I meant. I just think it needs to have a little pink in it. I like it. So here we go. And now I just need to grab my card base. I have them already. I have a color that's really close to that mariner blue or whatever you call that. So I think I'm going to grab that color. I can't see because there's no light over there on that side of the room. So I picked the wrong one. But I think it's this one. See? So perfect. That's the one I had in mind. Oh, I better cover up that ink pad before I stick my arm in it. I'm really good at that, let me tell you. All right, so I'm going to fold my card. And you know we're going to bling this up real quick before we're done too. I have to put my... Hi, Nana Joe. I have to put my card, my inside white piece on the inside of my card. Oh, I need to refill my glue so bad. It's almost empty. So it's a little more on the cranky side, but it's almost empty. That's why I have to shake it. This glue, it comes out easy and works very easy, but when you get down to not much glue in there, you kind of have to shake it. Shake it, shake it. Pretty good. So I just put white on the inside so I can write on it when I send the card out, or so the person who gets it can write on it. I'm going to stamp the back before I put any dimensional stuff on it because that just makes it easier. Sign it. And then once you do that, you have to make sure you put the front on correctly, otherwise it'll be upside down. Okay, and then we have this little girl that's going to go on the front of this card. So I'm just going to glue it down. Oops, oops, oops. Almost dropped it. Saved at the last minute. Okay, I'm going to flip it over to use my espresso to kind of burnish all of that. Get that glue evenly distributed. And why am I on so early for? Oh, I'm not usually on Monday. I'm just a surprise visit from me in Jamie's spot. So I just decided to do a random takeover today. Jamie wasn't feeling that great, and so I offered to take on the live today. And I wonder if the purples will look really good. What do you guys think? Purple? Should I do purple? Or should I just do blue? I don't know. There's another blue and purple. Shiny. Blue or purple? What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Blue or purple? I have a lot of purple, can you tell? There's glittery purple. Maybe glittery purple. Let's use glittery purple. I like glittery purple. Yeah. No, I'm not early. I'll be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so tomorrow night. And Wednesday night and Thursday night at 9:30 Central Time. So I will be back on my regular times. I'm just helping out right now. I decided to use all big ones this time. I've just felt like it could fill a little space. You'll watch the replay. Thank you. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to put any more or if I'm pretty happy with it like this. Maybe I'll just put a couple more. And maybe I'll put them in here. Then we still have an... We still have an odd number. There we go. Perfect. I love it. I hope you guys love it. So definitely use your Celtic Circle stencil because it's great. It actually masked for me. So I did my image and then laid this over and it masked the image for me, so I didn't even have to worry about doing that. which was super great. But I was going to draw around it. This is the one that I made. So I used the multi-liner. Can you see it? And I just traced the outside. I did not trace the inside. And then I colored it with Copics and then made a card out of that one as well. I haven't made a card out of it yet, but I did play with it. And then I decided I really wanted the whole Celtic circle around this girl, so I decided to go ahead and do it with oxides. But I love these two blue colors. They came out really good. So I'm so glad you guys joined me today. Thank you so much for jumping on and visiting with me. I really appreciate it. Remember, you can get these supplies in the shop at the link Jamie posted a little bit earlier in the live, the sweetsentiment.us. And don't forget, we have a retreat coming up. So if you want to join in, you can find all the details on sweetsentiment.us. And you guys have a great rest of the day. Melanie, I'm glad you picked purple. Yeah, it was this one. This is the same design right here. This is the Celtic circle. The same design. You guys know I've been on a roll with making these cards and these designs. I'll show you a sneak peek since you're still here. It looks like just the two of you are here, but if you want to see a sneak peek, I've been playing with those stencils I showed y'all the other day. I've been doing a couple more. And so I came up with these. Are you ready? You guys saw this one already. I did this one. I did this one with the mandala. I did this one with the manly mandala. I did this one with the crop circles. Isn't that fun? Okay, this sentiment actually came from the stamp set with this little guy in it. Hold on one second and I will pull that stamp set so I can see the name of it. Ice Cream Monsters, I think. Yes, Ice Cream Monsters. So this is the Ice Cream Monsters. So I had this little monster in the corner. And then I put this happy birthday to you right there. And then remind me how old we are pretending you are. This is a great sentiment. I have used this for so long. Yeah. And it comes with this awesome ice cream cone, which I used for my swap, my color deck swap. See? I made rainbow ice cream. That's super cool, huh? Yeah, they're still available. We still have some in the shop. Yep, and you can get the dies to match. The ice cream cone is epic. I think it's one of my favorite things. I also have done a live coloring the ice cream cone in 3 different colors. So you could see that on YouTube as well. But yes, this is the other one. And then today we used this one, My Weakness, which is a new one, new release, and the Celtic mandala, Celtic circle actually, Celtic circle. And yeah, so this is playing with the Celtic circle, and this is playing with all the other ones, and I have more of these to come for you guys. So if you see them and you like them, you just ask, and I'll show you how to do them. I have a whole stack of some I'm working on. I'm really excited about it. But yes, Ice Cream Monsters is still available. And if you have any questions, just DM me. I'm just sitting here crafting. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great, great evening. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow night at 9:30 Central Time. Good night.